Cheese and brown rice.
7 months old and eating like a horse.
Want a drink?
Watch how he cocks his neck back.
Oh, jeez.
The technique is there.
Don't let out. Can you imagine if if you'd have had a camera like this when your kids were little and now to sit and watch these?
I know.
I mean, wouldn't that be just... It'd be hilarious.
It would be.
Just to see baby pictures is hilarious. Dad's got to get the feet that move so fast. Huh? Sometimes they stop.
Are you done? We'll come back to it, okay?
I mean, what a cameraman here, huh?
Great idea.
You want this? That's a piece. You want juice?
We didn't have no juice this morning, did we? Not much.
What do you think, Grandma?
See this bridge works out here?
Dr. Benedict did a good job.
Oh man, had nothing to do with it.
I'm afraid not.
I just swallowed the bottle, Mom. This is good stuff. This is the good stuff. No?
Ooh, see? You thought Mom was fooling you. Yeah, she's not fooling you. It's the good stuff. Num, 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 num. Mmm. Good stuff.
I come twice a day at the office.
Daddy has money and mommy spends it all. No, that's what mine is. Daddy makes the money and mommy spends it all. Jerry sings that to him too, his grandmother. And she says, Daddy has money and mommy has some. And I said, I think we need to switch that
It used to be
around.
none, yeah.
I know.
Yeah, okay, you ready? We're gonna do another one.
That my mother-in-law was the one who taught me that song.
Trim.
She always sings it to the kids. I'm like,
Right. I never
where did I get this song?
This is the way the farmers ride. Trot. Do you like that?
He does like that.
You want to know? I love you so big. I love you so big. So tall. So tall.
You didn't like your first portion, you're gonna see what your second one turns out like?
Ooh, you like my lipstick?
So,
You're gonna try it.
Right? It's bright red.
perfect
Ooh, got me.
So,
You got my nose.
I mean, back to what was
Yes, too.
I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Now,
family,
you
but
never
I
bring
always-
cheese
Yes,
up
we
there
do.
when you come.
No, that's because I don't find Wisconsin cheese here. I find
How's it going? What are you drawing? Marley, tell us when your birthday is so we know.
In February
February what?
25th.
What year were you born?
Project 2. I'm helping.
How old are you now?
5.
Okay.
5 and a half.
5 and a half.
She's 12 and a half.
She's 12 and a half? David, you're 16?
I'm gonna be 6 soon.
Yes, when's your birthday?
I forget. I don't even know my birthday. Yes, that's a problem.
Oh, that's okay. But you know what I want to know? This is why I'm here. I want to know what you guys got for Christmas and Hanukkah.
Oh, jeez. Science books. I got the game for Hanukkah.
Yeah?
Last grade. I got a science book, 2 science kits, a
Yeah?
car, some feathers for my stocking, goldfish, cheese. I got a lot.
Yeah.
Got a lot. Can I have a yellow pencil? A red one, actually. Red pen.
Emily, come here for a second. I want you to say ba 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 ba. Go ahead. Sing a song. Could you sing a song for us? Please, just right here. You have to sing a song for the camera. Uh-oh. Are you going to sing a song for the camera? Go ahead, sing a song. Do you know anything? Do you know Ba Ba Black Sheep?
Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, yes. 3 bags full. 1 for
Yeah.
yeah. 1 for the little boy that's on the lane. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full.
Yeah. Cool.
You gluing a cup on there?
Yes, Johnny. What are you eating?
How about you gluing this
focusing on
guy
that?
there?
Oh yeah, I can get in
This
there.
is a
real-
very unusual thing.
Okay.
The inside of a...
I can get
You
real
ever
close,
seen an
Johnny.
inside of a chocolate like that?
Oh my goodness, it's sort of like a wafer.
Let me see.
It tastes like, oh, you know what that's like? It's a life cereal with chocolate
Take a
on it.
bite. Take a bite.
Oh no, I'm not gonna have any.
I want to see.
Okay.
I want to see what it looks like on the inside. Ooh. Chim chimney.
Did you see it?
Chim chim. I love this part. Chim chimney.
So Johnny, tell us what's about to happen in your life. Who cares, right?
Everything's happening.
It's all good stuff, right?
Yeah?
Well,
No matter fall flat on my face, yeah? Let me see if I can find another one of those. I don't think there are.
oh, I'll tell you in a second.
No, it was outrageous. The babka.
No, they are right here.
The babka.
TB.
A world-class babka, I might
Right.
add.
Here's the next.
Because is it moist on the inside, Johnny?
Never mind, I got
A
another.
better babka you'd never had.
You can look and look. You can search the whole wide world over, but you'll never find a better babka than this.
Boys saying you can't have too much fun.
I don't know. Harcourt Fenton Mud?
Who's that?
I have no idea, but it's hilarious.
That's not a real name.
Sure it is. You ever see Star Trek?
Oh, well, I mean.
What do you like to do? You like to know what the history of the name means?
What's the story? You don't have like the...
Yes, it's on wide angle right now, but if you go like this,
I think we just like something that we would like.
hold on. There you go.
I see better with it than better with it than without it.
Yeah, do whatever you want. I had the kids, you know, they weren't.
Let's see your tooth.
For a boy, it's a different segment.
Right?
Don't move so close.
Mine was boys' names
Oh,
too.
right.
Yeah, we had girls' names.
All right, I don't have to do
I still
nothing.
have 3 favorite girls' names, but boys' names, you know, we were at.
What were your girls' names?
Not telling. In case you haven't.
She's still keeping them.
Right.
We're thinking in here.
That's a great name, I hear.
It is a great name. So is Marley.
Marley met another Marley today.
Get out.
She was around 8 or 9.
Really?
Her real name was Marlena.
Oh yeah, well,
But
there's another Marley, Tish. Remember Tish Vandermeer or whatever?
Alan, juggle for him.
What kind of name is
Do
that?
you juggle?
No, it was Tish.
Alan, will you juggle when you're done recording? Juggle.
I don't juggle too well.
There's no way a Tish Vandermeer named a kid Marley.
No, John, really. You know, Peter was on her soccer team. That little kid, that blonde kid, Peter.
I think I gave you a lipstick kiss there, buddy.
Oh.
Just had a few of those, huh? All right, let's think. Kessler.
It's July 11th, 1975.
Alexander.
And the Grateful Dead are playing tonight at the Calderon.
And who's president?
Stay away from the
President
J's.
is Jimmy Carter, and he's doing a very good job.
Yeah, why?
And
There's so many.
no, he's not
Joshua,
president.
Justin,
It's
Jason,
Joe Ford.
Jays.
Joe Ford. And he's,
Jeremy.
he's
I'm
doing a
talking
better
about,
job.
like, all those names.
And our vice president.
Like John.
I couldn't even tell you what. Oh, it's Rockefeller. Is that right?
Actually,
And
No, Joshua.
our Secretary of
too
State
close to.
It's real
is
popular. Josh and John?
his last name is Levittman. I don't remember his first name.
Kissinger.
Oh, Joshua Kessler.
Levittman.
That is his name.
It sounds nice, doesn't it?
It's Mrs. Levittman.
I don't know if I like Josh.
It's Mrs.
It's Einstein.
Miss-
You
no.
know, because you would call him
It's
No.
the pick.
No.
So I don't know if I like.
Well, would you want to name him
Mrs.
after,
Stegmuller.
like, a family member or anything like that?
Mrs. Stegmuller.
No, we don't really have any
Yes,
letters.
and of course we're jumping around the years. And I just want to let you know that your child, Emily, took my CD cover somewhere. She brought it somewhere.
But Andrew, I kind of like.
You are responsible.
Andy.
But John's not
I'm going to start looking for it, right?
No, we'll find
You
it.
thought of what?
We'll just simply ask Emily where she put it.
That's kind of like trendy.
You'd be surprised how many times that actually works.
Does it really work?
Yeah. Like, oh my God, she lost something. We'll ask her where it is. And we ask her and she says, oh yeah, okay, hold on.
You want to go, huh?
You want mommy or something?
You want to crawl?
E.
Let's walk across the room, dude. Hey, you.
Do we have a date?
Come here, you. Come on, come on, come on.
December 30th, 1995.
Johnny's got you.
Let's go. Come on, let's walk.
Take a step.
Let's walk.
He was holding me.
Yeah.
Eric.
Hey.
Yeah, Eric the Red, though.
I know, that's what Marley wants to name.
Look.
You know who that is? You know who that is?
I'm a papa now, and
Bless you.
my child's 7 months old. It's been great. It's been unbelievable. I mean, beyond whatever expectations you can imagine. But there's a
Call
whole
me at a
future.
good part.
There's a whole future. Like, what am I going to do now? How am I going to pay for college? That's a big
name-
worry.
you can
We're
name
not even close to
artists
being
or
close to it, but let's just start preparing.
Hey, Mark, you
something.
don't even have to. You're lucky. All you have to do is pay for college. You don't even have to pay for weddings.
That's not
Poor Diana.
Nowadays,
What, you think? Yeah, really.
Poor Diana. Not only are the kids going to cause her trouble when they get older, but they're going to cost her a wedding.
Say you can sit back and buy the boutonnieres.
Right.
Well, things couldn't be that bad if they're getting married. Not sure what that
I'll tell you
means.
what, if my kid marries India, we're splitting the wedding. We're splitting the cost.
Let me tell you something.
You may live to rue those words.
You know what they
Yeah.
in the backyard.
That would be great. Nothing would make me happier. Because another party at the Kesslers.
You sure you don't want to have it at the Cordon Bleu?
One less cost, huh?
You know what would be hard?
Wait, where did you have did you have an ice sculpture? You had ice sculptures.
The weird thing about your thing is if that happens, you'll be pregnant, you'll be pissed.
You're gonna be perpetually pregnant, huh?
No. This has been the worst one.
Was it really?
Whoa, this is cool. I like this thing.
This is Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah.
She's
I love
really
her.
good.
It's excellent, this sound.
It's just,
You like it too?
it's wonderful.
More music than we can. Because that's one of the things that we don't always
Wow,
have
it's you
together.
agree on this.
Yeah. No, there's a lot we do agree on, but the more we can agree.
Not the dead. And
I have a friend that just named her little boy Luke.
Oh, I'm not stuck on this one.
Yeah.
I just have to listen.
What do you think of that new Beatles album? Were you a Beatles fan?
We have an E that died.
Why does it say London?
I don't know.
Maybe we're in London.
Right. Hello, we're here at the Kesslers. We're at 110 Spring something Lane in beautiful downtown Richmond. Right next to Cannondale. Bethel is to the left, that way. And we have Danbury, which is about 21 miles due north. There's a great mall in Danbury. It's called the Danbury Mall. And
you're starting to variate into French.
No, I'm not. Okay, and we're here with Diana Kessler.
The Brits have invaded
Sorry,
my home.
let me, Alan, I just want to let you know that Diana's maiden name is Madden. That's right, it's Madden. Isn't that wonderful? You should name your child Madden Kessler. That's a beautiful name.
It's a great idea.
Well, a great idea. It's a great idea.
Now you're moving it to Pacino.
He's switching
Pacino?
the accent.
You were just moving it to Al Pacino, definitely.
What does Al Pacino do?
Whatever you were just doing.
Paul.
I
put it in the middle.
Kessler. So
Oh, really?
David
Jan Paul Kohler and David Paul Kohler.
Cool.
Wow.
Is it spelled P-A-U-L?
Well, what's
No, it's P-A-W-L.
That's what I was gonna say.
It could have been P-A-L.
Cool.
No, it's not P-A-L.
Hey, you're from Brooklyn? It's Paul.
Are you teasing me?
A little bit.
In her name book, she said, I love
You can tease me right back.
First thing I said, no, I just can't. Ready? Go ahead. Hug him. Go ahead.
We
Yeah,
have friends, Jack and Debbie, that have a little boy they call Wyatt. They name him Wyatt.
Is that
And a Jewish name. I want to use the go split up.
Look,
say, oh, he's White Serpent.
Yeah.
What's the matter, Noah?
Hey, watch out there.
He's thinking there's no Grateful Dead on. Roll away.
Spit out just when you said that.
You said that.
It's all over your sneakers.
Roll away to do.
My feeling exactly, Noah.
1998.
That's a snotty tissue, right?
Oh, that's good. You can have a snotty tissue.
I hope that's not being recorded, all this.
No, I have a remote that's going to get you to record right now.
Oh.
Jack knows everything. The thing here is that I'm not even really prepared, with anything special. What I'm looking to do finally is, I have Ava May, Stella, and Morris, and now you guys. What I'm going to do is just pick the best of the best of the best of the best and tell a story. So even if at any time you fumfer in any way, or you want to just say it again, or whatever it is, I'm going to pick bites. Like, they do in the news. Like,
right.
There's like a 2-hour interview, and very often you only see like 4 minutes of it, tops.
If you see 4 minutes.
If you see 4 minutes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pick the best of the best of the best of the best. Okay, so and hopefully one of these days I'll really do it. So, so I want to make this so if you want to interrupt each other and in any way, just to correct something, that's fine too. If you see it another way, whatever. Okay, let's start with you. Okay.
Start with me?
I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
What I want to know is, let's go back to, let's say, Grandpa's family. How far can you go back with Grandpa's family?
I can go back, it was really very, very little. I remember my grandmother very well, and my grandfather, and the house that they lived at in Green Avenue. And I remember
What's their names?
My grandpa's name was Mordechai, but I called him Zeta. And my grandmother's name is Claudia's name for her. I can't think what it is, but that was Bubby. So, I really can't think of what it is. We'll have to leave that to figure out another time. And what I remember especially are the Sedas that we had. Of course, Grandpa was one of 7 brothers. And the only one that wasn't married was Uncle Morris. So they had a tremendous dining room. And they had all the brothers came with their wives and their children to pass over. and I remember that. And they used to sing. And I guess the songs were more like the Hasidic melodies. But we had a wonderful time. It was a wonderful experience.
What do you remember any of the songs?
Well, because it wouldn't be a song that I would join in singing, but the brothers and Grandpa would sing together. My grandfather.
So I remember in Schindler's List there was a song that the kids were singing in Yiddish, and you knew it.
Oh,
you knew it?
That's Up in Pripyat.
What was that?
The song is Up in Pripyat.
Right.
So it goes Up in Pripyat, brennt a fire. Oh, I remember all the words. Da 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 da. I don't remember all the words.
How do you know the song?
Because my mother and father used to sing the songs to us. These are all songs from Europe. So there are a lot of different songs. You have one of the melodies that from Europe that was a Russian song. Remember that, and a Yiddish song that Grandma had changed the words. Remember one Mother's Day you were here, and you had taken it on film where A.B. Stella and I sang the song together.
Oh, even you start, you can end in you. Right.
It's supposed to be, I think, Schleimler and Moschler and somebody else.
You mean there were other kids in that song?
The song was supposed to have other names, but my mother changed it to our name, so we thought it was our song. And people whose names really belonged didn't like that. They said it was, it wasn't supposed to be our song, but it was our song.
So this is Mordechai Elia, the grandfather, right?
Right, who you were named for, Michael's named for, and Mitchell's named for. And there are other, I'm sure there are other grandchildren that are named for him also.
Why were so many people named after him?
Well, it was very important to have that name, and for the sons it was very important that their father's name remain with the grandchildren. And in the Jewish religion it's very important to name it after someone who has passed on. So that Noah is named for your cousin Neil, who you love very much.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if there was something great about him that I didn't know about.
Well, what I remember, I was very young when my grandparents died. I think I was about 6 or 7 when they passed away. But what I remember is my grandfather was a very gentle, very, very kind and very gentle person. He was very, 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 very Orthodox. And I would say from the Hasidic sect, and I don't know who his Rebbe was that he followed, because each sect has their own Rebbe. That I'd have to, in fact, I'm going to write to Bina and get some information from her, because I think that's important to have. And I remember I used to love to sit on his knee and talk to him. And now I'm sure I spoke to him in Yiddish. And my grandmother was very small. This is my father's mother. But she was tough. She was a tough one. And when she gave you a look, you knew you better stop. Whatever you were doing, you better watch it. But she was also very lovable. But it helped to distance a little bit from her. She wasn't, I never considered her a cuddly grandma, like my mother's mother.
Right.
So,
do you know anything about your father's childhood? What?
I really don't know that much about him. I know that his father had a store. So they were like, I guess, a little better off than my mother's side of the family. They had a store in the town, and they were shopkeepers. And my grandfather had a wooden leg. Something had happened to him when he was younger. I don't know what had happened to him. Either it was disease or something. And the shidduch was made between my grandmother, who came from a poor family, and his family, because his family was fairly well-to-do, because that's what they did years ago. The marriages were prearranged. And then there were 7 sons that survived, but there were some daughters that were born also, but they didn't survive their first birthday. And And I know some of the sons had gotten sick too, and they say prayers, and they tried to do everything, but the sons lived, and all the sons survived. And my grandmother, one of their friends came to the United States. He was a widower, and he left his daughter with my grandmother and grandfather to raise. That's Heitzivia. You ever hear us talk about Heitzivia? So that was like a daughter. It made my grandmother very happy to have a daughter in the house. Heitzivia was about the same age as my father, and they were very good friends.
They live in
They
St.
live
Louis?
in Peoria and St. Louis, some daughters of
They're
St.
nice.
Louis. Right. So it's a shame. I really don't keep in touch with them. I really should. They had come in, remember, Jack, about
No, you didn't.
about 10 years ago, something like that. They had come in. So, and then my uncle Benny came to America. That's the second oldest son. He came to America before the First World War. In fact, he served in the United States Army. He probably talked like this, and he was in the fighting 69. Then Uncle Jack came. That's the third oldest. And he went to dental school here. And then, so I'm trying to think, Uncle Joe stayed in Europe. So it was Uncle Joe, my father. Uncle Sidney was still in Europe.
He was the oldest, right?
No, the oldest was my Uncle Joe, then my Uncle Ben, then my Uncle Jack, then Uncle Sidney, then my father, and then Uncle Morris, and then Uncle Meyer. That was the seven brothers. And I think my father came 1920, let's say 1921, something like that. And he lived with Uncle Benny. And the first apartment that they lived in, there was gas for lights, and the toilet was in the hall. My father was here a week, and he found out there was some electric and a toilet in the room. In a week, after he got a job, he got himself an apartment with the bathroom was in the room, and there was electric lights.
He was into high living.
Yeah, he liked that. And then they were raised, because it was a Hasidic home, they were raised in a very religious background. But when my father came over, they gave him bacon on the ship, or ham. I don't remember the whole story. And he always thought if he would eat that kind of food, he would die. It tasted good. And he felt good. Got up the next morning, he was still alive. And, I mean, even though he knew everything, he really was not that religious after that.
Oh, so that was it, really?
I think that he saw certain things weren't, so he was a little more modern in his outlook. And then little Uncle, the other brothers, what was that explosion?
You had to say.
What was that?
Just
Somebody moved
trying to
some
keep
dirt.
your reverence.
Somebody moved some dirt. What was
Oh, you thought it was an explosion?
I didn't know what.
Jack, really, we're on camera,
no.
so please.
I've been trying to be good.
It's very hard sometimes. And let me see what else.
Let me ask you, because we're going to go back to Grandpa. I just want to ask you back.
Woo! You want to
You're
turn?
stuck.
Can't turn it off.
You want me to?
You want me to get as busy? Oh God!
Really? Thank God. I don't smell it.
Oh, whew.
I'm lucky.
Talk to Jack. We want to let Shelby turn. Go ahead, talk to Jack.
Okay, we're doing good. We're doing good. Okay. Let's go to your mother's side of the family. How far can you go back?
How far can I go back? Also, when I was very little, I remember, because we lived on Lewis Avenue, and at one time, all families, most people were very close to one another. You grew up 1 block down the block, 2 blocks down, 3 blocks down. Grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins.
Where's this?
This was in Bethesda-Stuyvesant, Williamsburg area.
Remember the address?
158 Lewis Avenue.
Between?
Between Lafayette and Van Buren, I guess. Van Buren Street. Lafayette and Van Buren. And 1 block away, Aunt Molly lived with Bubby, and who I called Baba. And then 3 blocks away, my father's parents lived. And we had, and who else lived there? My Uncle Ben and his family lived on Sumner, between Green and Van Buren. In fact, Aunt May lived on Van Buren Street in Sumner Avenue, right across from the shul. So it's just very interesting how close-knit the family. Now that shul, I wonder what it is now. Things have changed. But anyway, practically every day, I would see my grandmother. Now, my mother's mother, Baba, was a very gentle, just a little tiny lady, and I used to love, and this is from the time I was very little, she used to wear a shadel, or a chipik. A chipik was a little hat, not a hat, I don't know what you call it, made out of net that would just cover her hair. It had little ruffles coming around. She had the bluest eyes that you ever saw. And when she would take off this chipik, or her shadel, she put her hair in a bun, then she would let it down, and come all the way down, maybe she was 4'11", 4'10", and her hair would come down to her knees, and it would be blonde and white, and she used to have a very thick comb. I used to love to watch her. I used to sit on the bathtub in Aunt Molly's house, Aunt Molly and Uncle Ron's house. I used to love to watch her comb her hair. It was so beautiful, and I used to love to talk to her. And I watch her, she just was very sweet, her attitude, and everything was so nice. I used to talk to her in Yiddish. And then I found out at a certain point I was talking to her in Yiddish and in English with a Jewish accent, which I never realized that I was doing, but she understood what I would say. So I would say to her, Baba, ich gehe für a walk. I'm going for a walk. But really it should be ich gehe für a spazier. But she understood whatever I had to say to her. She was very observant, but she never said anything if we went out. We went to the movies on Saturday or any of the things that we did. Abby and Stella used to have to schlep me along to the movies, which they weren't too thrilled about taking me. 2 of them were very close. They were very close in age, and they were very close. And I was kind of I think that, it's flickering.
Oh, is it? Maybe I should put a new battery.
Okay. You see it?
Oh, okay. It's running out of tape. No, battery. Okay. Just staying on her name is Hinda?
Hinda.
Right.
Hinda Begleibte. And of course, when they came to this country, they changed her name to Brown. So they said, what is your name? So it was Toba Begleibte and Hinda Begleibte. So suddenly that became Hinda Brown and Toba Brown.
Right.
But the name was Begleibte.
Who came over first?
Aunt Molly. Aunt Molly was here first. And Uncle Pacey was here. And then they sent for Bubby. And my mother said, my mother's not going to go to America without me. So if you want my mother to come, you have to send for me too. So Uncle Aaron, that's what he did, because he had to write down that you're going to take care of the person or whatever has to be done. And they both came to this country. And I think it was Simey, cousin Simey. He looked at my mother, and he said she was, and he says that to this day also, she was the most beautiful person he had ever seen. He just fell in love with her, and he wanted her to marry him, but she married my father. And you want to know something? When I was 9 years old, I wanted Simon to marry me because he had always promised to marry me, and he married Mildred. It's so funny when you think back to certain things.
That is cute.
That is so. And she got a job, and there's always a very close relationship between the families and the children. So at that time it was Abby and Simon, and I'm not too sure. Shirley may have been born also, not
I actually just want to interrupt because I want to jump back. Do you have any idea what it was like in Europe for them?
Well, my mother would tell me stories. Do you ever remember Grandma telling you stories?
Yeah, I
about
do.
Europe? That she would tell me that her father had died. I'm not too sure how old she was, but I have a feeling she was young, about 10, 12 years old when her father passed away. So I really don't know too much about him. His name is Abraham of Rum, and that's who Cousin Abby and your Uncle Abby were named for Grandma's father. And what had happened to him, as far as I remember the story that my mother told, he was going to work in a factory. What he did, I really don't remember at this particular point. I really don't even know if I ever knew. But anyway, he had a fight with someone who was very anti-Semitic, who had said something to him, and they started fighting, and they both fell into the water. And he got very sick into that. He had the flu, but I don't think it was the flu epidemic that they had in 1917, 18. I think it was before that he had passed away, and he died from that. But so I think Grandma may have been about 10 years old, 12 years old, because I know that my grandmother used to sell milk. And from what I gathered, it was like wooden sticks that came, and there were two barrels on either side that she would go and sell milk from place to place to make money. And they were poor. They were poor people. So they would, Grandma said they would have a garden. They would eat from the different vegetables they had in the garden. I guess the chickens. Potatoes, probably made latkes, potato nicks, and all that. It's a good food. And fresh vegetables. They came from, probably. Right. And once in a while, I guess they would go into town, whereas my father's family was in town. Mm-hmm. When her brothers went to yeshiva. She had a brother that was much older than her. That was Sucha. Cousin Stevie is named for him. And because she had a nephew, I have a picture of him who was close to her age. And then came Zisa. Zisa was the redhead. Right. And he was supposed to have like acting and have a fun type of personality. Then it was Uncle Pacey, who was a quieter and a gentle man. That's Cousin Sammy's and Ann's father. And he came to this country, I would think, before Grandma, but I'm not sure, because I think they were just the two brothers that were left in Europe, because they used to send money. My mother used to send money back to Europe for Zisa. And this way he could live very nicely. Who knew that the Second World War would come along and destroy all these people? He didn't want to come to this country.
But were they destroyed? Because I thought they would be on the Russian front.
They were destroyed.
They were?
They were destroyed. I understand one of Zisa's sons survived. And a man, remember this man had come, I forgot his name. Remember a man had come from Israel, and I can't think of what his name.
Yes, he lived in Canada.
Right.
Jack? Was his name Jack?
Maybe his name, I don't remember. Yeah. And so and his sister was married to Zisa. Okay. That's the relationship. And he said one nephew had survived. But he lost contact, and we just don't know what happened. But they did kill them. And we found that out from other people also. What they had done in the Second World War is they had people ran away to the woods. Those were the people that survived. Those that ran away. And those that remained were put into either the shul or into a building. They were burned to death or shot. That's what happened to them. So, I mean, there's no witness to say exactly this is what happened, but they're only...
So it wasn't Hitler that killed him, it was Stalin?
No, it was the Nazi, the Germans that came in. It was the Germans that came in. Because some parts of Russia, Poland,
right?
Because sometimes it was Russia, sometimes it was Poland, and sometimes Ukraine. I mean, so I
saw from the town of Torchna?
Torchin.
Torchin. Okay.
Torchin. And the state, I guess, would be Rolin. Because they say the Torchin Rolin Society.
Spell
W-O-L-I-E-n.
Okay.
I think, yeah, W-O-L-I-E-n, I think it is.
Wow. Hence the name, sometimes you hear like Walensky or something like that.
Right.
Maybe they come from...
So you don't know.
Right.
And because there are people that, in fact, the stories after the Second World War were so dramatic that was how people saved their lives. It was very interesting. And then someone had come from South America.